Mondays with the Mako. Back at you, Team Shark. Much love, you guys. Much love from Tokyo. Haneda. Got a little bit here for you on this recent journey and experience. And then I want to catch up on goals, a little bit more on managerial and leadership work, and a bit more on extreme ownership and what would Jocko do. So, goals. How are we doing? I can't believe it's December already. This year just flew by. How are you doing with your goals? I'll list where I'm at with most of my goals. I've gotten behind on more than half of them. Certainly the financial goals. It's been a tough financial year for a lot of us, but I'll share, and I want you guys to do the same, and let's finish. Let's push to these goals and our achievement and our BHAGs. Like, let's get it. 1 month to go in 2023. So we already got to start getting ready for 2023 and our goals and, what we're going after. So much love, you guys. I look forward to digging in there with you and a bit more on management and leadership. I got busy, really busy. We changed up some things internally, and it caused some challenges, a little bit of disjointed alignment. Our reporting, our data wasn't where it needs to. We need to clean it up a little bit and bring it to the forefront, to the next level. And that's going to be paramount. Obviously, it's going to help me manage things and processes, not people. You lead people. So I'm looking forward to us as a team working through these pieces and really getting in a great, strong spot for 2023. And again, we got to do both. Leadership and management required. So I want to hear how you guys are doing with managing things and processes and working and challenging people, leading people. So comment also on that. Drop me a line. Let me know how you're doing. And then extreme ownership, Jocko. What would Jocko do? What would Leaf do? So you guys saw TNC. I got some time with Jocko. Got a couple of the team members, the partners, some time with Jocko. That was super cool. At that time, we were reading Extreme Ownership also. That's our second book in the book club. We started that halfway through the year, and we'll do 5 or 6 books next year, but we're having fun with book club, and we're learning through that process. But a lot of what I'm taking from book club and then from Jocko and even some other leaders is the extreme ownership of it, the extreme ownership to the fact of what would Jocko do? Like this scenario here, this Vietnam piece, I'll talk about that in just a second, but that challenged me to a point where I had to sit back and go, what would Jocko do? I actually needed to bring that statement, that question earlier. That would allow me to be a little bit more proactive and would allow me to be better and clearer with my communication with the customs agents. The language barrier was tough, and they weren't interested in my why. They didn't really care that I was there to teach and build communities and lead with Ngoc. They didn't care about that. That threw me off for a little bit. But I needed to bounce back and be a little bit more proactive again. What would Jocko do? Maybe it's not Jocko, but ask that question early on instead of later, but ask that question. Get the results, get the debrief, get the knowledge, get the insight so you can have the energy, the light, the power, the movement. What would Jocko do? What would Leaf do? Right? Or pick a great leader and ask that question. What would they do in this scenario? Business, certainly, but also life. And then Vietnam. Maybe I wasn't meant to be there. I had a ton of feelings before this trip, and I've been really, really tired, but inspired by the team, by our partners. So I was getting that energy, and it was coming from Matt Vosberg and Ngoc, and Chuck too, because they were helping me get this thing together. And Matt specifically spent a lot of time with me on the slides and the speech, and dang, I was fired up and ready to go, and I was grooving. Met a couple cool people to start this trip. But what I learned from the challenges in Vietnam, one, never assume that something that you've done in the past is going to pan out the same. It's not a guarantee, no matter how many times you've done it. Like, I've filled out that visa application so many times. I mean, I had to do it 3 times for this trip. So I have that thing, right? I have that thing down, and I know, but I didn't check it. I didn't double and triple check it. After I printed it out and stuck it in my passport, didn't check it. When I shared it with Ngoc, we didn't have feedback on it. When the customs people in the U.S. checked it, they didn't see anything or share. yeah, so I wasn't really in the know that way. I needed to be more dialed in, right? Own that portion. And then the other piece is the communication, right? What would Jocko do? He would overly communicate. He would communicate clearly and with concise language and words and dialogue. Like, so my approach was off just a tad, and I needed to be less reactive and more proactive in my dialogue with the custom agents, right? They're governmental agents. They are following rules and a process. So I needed to communicate more effectively and then just be in the know. And I challenge all of you guys, like, avoid that trap. Things that you've done over and over again, things that you're really, really good at, it's not a guarantee, right? Double, triple check, and overly communicate with clarity. But much love, my friends. Let's get it. Let's get December and the holiday season in this finish. What a year. Thank you guys. Team Shark, you amaze. Much love from Tokyo. Let's go. I'm going home.